Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'm gonna be talking about basically this video is for those who want to learn software engineering, right? Maybe like a career path which they could take to in today's world. Based on my experience, I've actually gained like a basic understanding of at least 14 programming language, right? So I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys based on my own experience and understanding the tech stack, what you should learn as a new or fresh software engineer, right, or aspiring software engineer. So if you want to go the route of web development, right? If you want to be an outstanding web developer in today's world, so I think you should look at perhaps three. Let me just call the career path, right? So for web developers or web development, you should look at JavaScript. You should look at learning JavaScript. Then you should look at learning should I call PHP? Web development has several, in fact it's very complex, right? It's very complicated as well. So I think there are several parts to it, so I cannot just say PHP or Node.js, right? So I think you should actually learn maybe three stack they call it, right? I think you should actually learn three programming language very well. So I will just divide them into three, right? So if you're going for if you're looking at perhaps things like working for an enterprise, is it enterprise, or can't remember the name they call them now, right? So like banks, big tech companies, right, and even some startups, right? So there's a route of Java Springboot, there's a route of ASP, right? There's a route, okay, I think I should make them like 4, right? Then there's a route of Python, and there is a route, the part you're going to go for web development on this video. Then the other part we talk about other aspects like building APIs and or rebuilding APIs, other part of programming languages, right? So I'll go with first of all, I can go with JavaScript, then do Node.js, right? From JavaScript Node.js, I can now go with Golang. They call it Go or Golang, right? I'm putting Golang this time around because I think Golang is, in quotes, a super advanced programming language, right? I think every web developer should learn, right? Because it's very sweet, right? Writing Golang, it's something else, right? I cannot explain the feeling that you get from writing Go applications, but I know that it's an experience that every developer should have, because when you write Golang, writing other programming language becomes stress, right? Golang is very easy and very sweet to write. You just understand what's happening, right? You understand all the stuff happening, unlike some other programming language that you cannot even tell where things are happening from. So so you go Node.js, Laravel, no, sorry, Node.js, um, Node.js, JavaScript, then Golang, right? Then option 2, you go with PHP, Laravel, JavaScript as well again, because JavaScript is like the backbone of the web, right? For in terms of user interface. So basically, if you although you still need JavaScript, even if you're doing pure backend, right? Backend develop, you're doing like backend development or backend developer, right? Unlike full stack, right? You still need um, you still need JavaScript. So now I'm now talking about, full stack, full stack, back end and front end, right? So, but if you go into web development, go with JavaScript. You either choose PHP or you choose Node.js, then top it up with Golang, right? This is like super, I think you definitely get a job as a newbie after like 2-3 years with these programming languages, right? You definitely get a job, right? So the other option there, I've talked about option 1, option 2. So option 3 is talking about, you go the route of Python, and then you go with Django framework, right? Python is also a good programming language, but I've not really gone in depth with Python, and it has similar syntax with JavaScript, so it's going to be easier for you to pick up. So you go with JavaScript, Python, then Django, right, for web development. And also, in today's world, we're having like they call it AI developer. I don't know where they coined those those things from, AI developer. So you go with Python, JavaScript, Python, then no Django framework, right? So option 4 is you go with, I've not really dived deep down into Java, right? But I know Java has a framework called Springboot, and I think it has like 2 or other. Quick Google search will give you an idea of how many frameworks Java has, right? So Java, it's like its own entire ecosystem, right? So those writing Java are more like full back-end developer, right? So when you're doing Java, you do Spring Boot and the other ones, right? I don't know the names of the other ones. I don't have it in my head now. So in this case, you might not do JavaScript, but I will still advise that you do JavaScript, right? You do JavaScript even while doing Java, right? So you go JavaScript, Java, then you go with one other framework for Java or 2 of them, right? Then again, the sixth option is the route of ASP, right? C# ASP.NET, right? So all this, if you're looking at Java or ASP, you can be categorized as full-time back-end developer, right? Full back-end developer, not full-time, sorry, full back-end developer, right? Because these guys rarely interface with the front end, due to what they are doing, right? But as well, they can still do full stack. They can still do JavaScript using one of the frameworks, right? So as well, JavaScript is still very much important. So if you go in the route of ASP.NET as well, do C# ASP.NET, right? And C# ASP.NET, right? You learn, I think the framework, and some of the things that has to do with ASP.NET, right? So these are the routes you can go. You can go first, the option one, you go JavaScript, Node.js, Golang. Option 2, you go JavaScript, PHP, Laravel, then Golang. Option 3, you go Python, right? Python, JavaScript, Python, then Django. Option 4, you go Java and the frameworks that comes with it. Option 5, you go C#, and ASP.NET, right? So these are the 5 options that you can actually the 5 paths you can take to become a web developer in 2025, right? Each of them has their own challenges, their own issues, and the rest, right? So for a new developer, this would definitely be helpful, because some people might not, they want to come into software engineering, but they don't know how, or they don't know the route or path that they would take, or that would be beneficial to them, right? So any of this route or option you go with, right, gives you more privilege to to go further, to do things, right, to learn a lot, right? Because you cannot learn all this stuff under 1 year or 2 years to become an yeah, you can do them under 2 years, but not 1 year. You have to to go through a series of challenges such as bugs and the rest, right? So in my next video, maybe part 2 of this, I'm going to be talking about for other programming languages, and perhaps maybe other things relating to this as well. So do give me a like, a thumbs up, and also subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching.